Beginning on March the 3rd of this year, the capital of the United States was invaded by the British. However, viewers, these are not your normal Brits. They look in every way human, they speak in a way that's almost human, but they are not. We have reason to believe that some in the Congress have already been attacked by the zombies, including Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, who went over to the other side as early as 2006. She invited the zombies into a joint session of both houses of Congress on Wednesday, March 4th. We here at LaRouche PAC TV have first-hand reports that when the doors to these sessions were closed, many of the senators and governors did not resist the invasion, and our correspondent, who was able to escape, reports his fears that no brains were left after the session. What? Don't believe me? Beginning last Tuesday, British environmentalists and practicing fascists invaded Washington, D.C. for a series of high-budget, closed-door meetings on climate change, which is actually a British euphemism for taking advantage of dumb Americans. LaRouche PAC has covered extensively the fraud of global warming and the intended effect of global warming policies, namely, to cause a rapid reduction in the population and living standards worldwide, or, for the layman, genocide. So what kind of ill-natured brute would address such a brainwashing conference? Why not the Iraq war architect turned devout Catholic Tony Blair, who sold the United States into the still ongoing Iraq war on false intelligence claims? And Sir Nicholas Stern, who sternly reported in 2006 that global warming would cause more damage than the 2 world wars and the Great Depression combined. But after the conference, it was clear the congressmen and governors present at the closed-door meetings had been turned into zombies by Tony Blair and his crowd, and their brains were clearly gone. Debbie Stabenow, Democratic senator from Michigan, gave it away, saying, quote, "Blair focused us. Britain is the leader. We have a lot to learn about climate change and how to create jobs," end quote. Senator Olympia Snowe followed it up saying, quote, "Blair is a historic leader. Europe is the vanguard of change. Our thanks to Tony Blair, no country can go it alone. We will mitigate climate change and at the same time give businesses the opportunity to create the jobs of the future, as the EU is doing," end quote. The only question is, what jobs? Gravediggers? LaRouche said that this should be dubbed blathering incompetence, that we're threatened by an invasion of deadly incompetence, and it's been transmitted to our Congress through the British, who we should know best as the leading drug pushers and beneficiaries of the international drug trade and narco-terrorism to the present day. So much for their lofty concerns for mankind. But not everyone is willing to be taken advantage of by paying homage, as some in Congress did, to the so-called Anglo-American special relationship. President Barack Obama's strong point now is that he's at war with the Brits. The war goes beyond the diplomatic insults like returning the bust of Winston Churchill, canceling the joint press conference with Prime Minister Gordon Brown, and rejecting his global economic policy, though it's certainly a good start. More significantly, the Obama administration has, in part, an orientation that drives at the heart of the British Empire. In collaboration with Felipe Calderón in Mexico, Obama has launched an all-out war against the Mexican and U.S.-supplied drug cartels, and Obama's Secretary of State Hillary Clinton caused a major stir in the British establishment when she invited Iran, a crucial and strong potential collaborator in the war on drugs in Southwest Asia, to an upcoming meeting in Afghanistan on March 31st. But the Achilles heel that the Brits are praying to hit in the Obama presidency is environmentalism, which we should rename, for clarity, racist genocide, or eugenics, if you prefer. Recently, the British Foreign and Commonwealth Office reported that President Obama will meet with Prince Charles when he is in Britain for the G20 meeting next month. Prince Charles has been deployed against the president as part of a concerted effort to either capture or defeat the presidency and put environmentalism at the top of the agenda at the G20 conference. Obama would be wise to continue rebuffing the Brits as he has done so far. Perhaps he could go as far as Franklin Roosevelt did in the spring of 1933, when he refused to show at the London Economic Conference and issued a bombshell statement on the conference condemning the old fetishes of so-called international bankers. Obama has made it clear that the special relationship enjoyed under previous administrations is over. LaRouche and LaRouche PAC applaud those moves by the administration, but the assault must escalate. We are in a war for civilization, and it is the United States, under LaRouche's leadership of the present administration, against the British Empire's drug-pushing and green genocide. LaRouche said on Saturday that there are a lot of wimps in the United States, in the population as well as in the Congress, and they don't know what the defense of the nation is anymore. They've been involved in so many fake wars that they don't really know what a real one is. And we're in a real war to save the United States from subversion coming out of London. And we are going to defend the presidency against those attacks coming out of London and make everyone who doesn't agree with us on that very miserable. Because this is our institution and this is our republic. We're not going to compromise or be nice to traitors in the Congress and elsewhere, either actual traitors or suspected traitors. They're going to get a rough time. They're going to come around and make clear where they stand and which nation they're defending. LaRouche concluded that it is a choice. You can defend the British Empire and be our enemy, or you can defend the United States and be our friend.